So we're going to start standing today. And as you stand, give yourself 2 fists of space, literally. Those 2 fists are the hip distance of your anatomical hips. And as you stand right here, relaxing the shoulders down and away from the ears, take a breath. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. Notice how you're standing. See if you're leaning right, left, forward, back. Feel the position of your head and neck. See if you can create a neutral space so the chin is right in line with the sternum and the belly button. And then soften the jaw. Keep the arms soft, wiggle it out. And now, without judgment, just feel the inhale and the exhale of the breath, of your breath at this moment. And notice what you're thinking about, or if you're thinking about anything in particular. And observe any place in your body that may feel tense or sore or painful or creates a space of discomfort. Feel how your feet are meeting the mat and see if you can feel that sensation that the right foot and the left foot are equal and balanced. But now soften the knees. Measure your arms. See if one arm feels longer than the other. So I can feel mine is slightly off. There's no judgment. It's going to shift. Pay attention to how you feel from the chin to the base right here at the throat. Notice if you feel tight or tense. And just breathing here, just for a few more breaths, notice any place where you feel that the breath gets stuck. It's not as smooth on the inhale, or it feels like it gets stuck on the exhale. No judgment. Just observe. See if you can sit up a little, stand up a little taller and roll your shoulders back and down, and now stretch your fingers straight out. Try not to flare the hands. We want to just slide them right down and then soften it. As you breathe here in your Tadasana or mountain pose, feel how tall you are. Feel the length of yourself. Feel the inside of your subtle body. And observe how you feel in your external body. And now just begin to rotate the palms. And see if you can soften across the shoulders. What have you carried into the class? A concern, a thought, a worry, or fear. And see if you can give yourself permission to let go of something so that you have a little more space. Roll the arms straight out. Sink the shoulders down, roll here. Wring out the washcloth, soften the knees. As you roll here, see if you feel like you're moving something out of the way. One palm up and then the other palm down, and just rotate here. And sweep it up like a big Y. Sink the shoulders down. Lift your chin just a little bit and ask yourself to fill yourself up with what you need that will help you, heal you, support you, create a sense of balance. And then float one hand in front of the other. So I'm bringing my left hand to the heart and then the right hand to the belly. Thumbs are up, and feel the breath. See if you can bring the breath all the way to the lower belly. Feel the belly expand with the inhale. Oftentimes it feels counterintuitive. But with our breath, we want to feel like the breath is filling the belly like a balloon, and then soften again into the feet. See if you can feel the rhythm of the natural breath before we change it. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. And notice if the jaw's holding any tension, and see if you can soften it. Now, I'm going to keep my left hand where it is. I'm going to slide my fingers so my index finger and my thumb come right across the clavicle. I'm going to use my left bent elbow to rest down to create a little release across the top of the shoulder, top of the ribs on the left side. And then I'm going to mirror it. So as I weight down the front of the chest, I'm going to lift the chin just a little bit and get a nice stretch through the front of the throat. And just feel the throat release and relax, soften, lengthen through the neck. Notice spots that may feel tender. Now I'm going to roll my head 45 degrees and lift my chin a little more and feel the stretch on the sides of the neck, one side more than the other maybe. And relax the jaw down and away so the teeth are not touching. And then exhale to center. And then to the left, lift a little bit. So feel that stretch on the side of the throat. As you breathe in and you breathe out right here and you come back to center, lift just a scooch more, not a lot. You don't want to throw your head back. And then tuck the chin, keeping the hands right where they are, releasing through the top of the cervical spine. Let the shoulders move down and away. Please remember to turn your phones off if you haven't done so already. Thanks so much. As you breathe in and you breathe out, slide your hands right down to the belly. So the thumbs touch, one hand is over the other. And now we want to go down on the left, up on the right. And think about what it is that you had to process. Thoughts, foods, emotions, problems, worries, fears. We want to give ourselves an opportunity to create space for healing, for letting go, for grounding, for strength, for flexibility, opening to opportunity and pure potentiality. And just slide the hands right to the lower belly and feel the breath. Inhale through the nose and blow out the breath, like purse your lips like you're blowing a fine line of breath right through like a slow leak in a balloon. Inhale through the nose and blow out the breath. And notice what relaxes. Inhale through the nose and blow out the breath. One more, inhale. And blow out the breath on the exhale. Now I'm just going to release my arms like they're heavy. And I'm going to come forward, but I'm just going to let my fingers come about where my knees are. And as I do this, I'm going to wiggle a little bit so I can move out stuff that's tight across the back body. And then inhale, lift a little bit and come a little lower and see if you can move that down the length of the spine. Breathe. Inhale, lift. I'm going to step a little wider. I'm going to see if I can come all the way down. I don't have to necessarily touch the floor. But now I'm going to bend one knee and then the other. And I'm just going to swing. Get a little stretch through the back, lower back. Breathe. And I want to feel maybe sensations begin to activate through my fingers. My head is up. I'm not letting my head drop lower than my heart. Pause for a minute. Bend the knees. Sweep the hands. Clear out the stuff that makes you feel stuck. And then lift up. Look up gently. Clear the stuff that makes you feel cloudy or uncertain. So it's clearing the earth and clearing the heavens. And as we press away, big breath, feel that stretch under the arms. Bend as low as you can go. Feel that almost as a squat. Inhale, press away, create a clear sky. And then press away, fertile ground. In and out, breathe. And last one, bring it all the way up. Stand like a big X. Breathe. Sink your shoulders down. Head is nice and level. So you're the spot. X marks the spot. What is the spot? What is this thing that you need to help you, heal you, support you? And now I'm going to exhale. I want to ground the upper body to the lower body. My hands come wherever it's comfortable. Can come to the mat, feet tops of the shins can come to the knees. Doesn't matter where you are. You want to just connect the upper body and the lower body. As you breathe, bend the knees, let the arms be heavy. Roll right up through the center. Bring the arms all the way up. And now begin. Feel like you're a cat. Just stretching it all out. Small, gentle, fluid. Bend the knees if you choose. Just work out any spot that feels tight. Breathe. Stretch it up, gentle back bend, forward fold. I'm going to walk my feet to parallel. I'm going to sweep the hands, bring it all the way up. Hands together at the top. We come right into temple pose. So the back 3 fingers clasp, index finger, thumbs cross, point up, stretch up, wiggle up. And then soften so you have space around your head. And then we just move side to side in crescent pose. And feel that opening through the side body. As you breathe in and you breathe out here, pay attention to the waistband, to the hips. See if the shoulders creep up. And then when you come back, right arm, just release it down. If you're on the opposite side, it doesn't matter. Did I lose the connection? There we go. And then stretch it out. And then opposite side. Stretch it out. See if you can reach down to the ground and reach over. Take a breath with you as you go. One more on each side. Seeing that space increase in the side body. Good. Inhale, both arms up, big Y. Exhale, sink the shoulders down. Now think about something that you want to release, old, new, or something that just happened. And as we rotate through the torso. I'm not leaning forward. I'm rotating through the torso, and I'm floating the arms. Inhale, lift up. I can look up, rotate. Exhale. Inhale. Make it a dance. Feel that sensation of letting go of stuff that you may not even be able to identify, that fills up and creates busyness in your mind, your body, your heart, your spirit. And you exhale, and you let it go, and you inhale, and then you exhale. Gentle back bend, forward fold. And now see where you are. Come as low as you can go. Wiggle it out. Move a little bit from side to side here. Breathe. I'm going to turn myself to the side so you can see. You're going to just bring yourself right down onto your hands and knees. So we're going to transition right from our forward fold into our table. So be mindful. Wrists in line with the shoulders, knees in line with the hips. Take a breath here. Feel this sensation of balance in the 4 quadrants. Tuck up the belly, head is an extension of the spine. Tuck your toes and see if you can begin to stretch out your feet as you rock back and forth. Now, if you have issues with your feet or it doesn't feel good for whatever reason, then you make the variation, the adjustment that's comfortable for you. This is great for stretching the feet. If you have neuropathy, if you have plantar fasciitis, poor circulation, tight bottoms of the feet, tight toes. Now, as you do it, make it your own expression. As you sit back, if you choose, then we rock a little bit and create this stretch up through the backs of the feet, bottoms of the feet. Breathe. Come to neutral, lift the feet, wiggle the toes, pedal the feet. See how you are. Now, flatten the tops of the feet. So the tops of the feet are resting on the mat, and now rock here back and forth. So really feeling that connection to the dorsals, the tops of the feet, pressing the toes, the toenails. the top of the foot to create a little bit of a reverse stretch. Feel the lifting, the moving, the shifting. Breathe. And then slide back a little bit here. I'm going to widen my hands as wide as the mat, and now I'm going to slide a little bit here. Now, if you have a hard time going all the way down to the backs of your feet, then you make it what's comfortable for you. Breathe. This is ultimately going to bring us right into a child's pose. I'm going to come right back up, adjust my knees as wide as the mat, touch the big toes, slide back as far as is comfortable for me, but I'm only going to rest on my forearms to start. And I want to rock a little bit here. I want to create this sensation of balance through the shoulders and the hips. I'm not letting my head move forward. I'm keeping it as an extension of the spine. Now, as I pause at neutral, I slide my arms a little lower. I take a breath. Now, if you have a hard time getting your head to the mat, you make the adjustment. One hand on top of the other, one potato, two potato. You can prop your elbows and create a little tripod to hold your head. You can use a block, a blanket, a firm pillow. Otherwise, you come all the way down and you breathe. So child's pose is great for resetting the body. It allows the body to calm down, especially after a stressful period. It allows you to feel the sensation of connecting the head, the heart, the belly, the hands and the feet, stretching the back to the earth and to the sky. And take a breath. Now, if you're comfortable, TP the fingers and get a nice big stretch under the arms. Be mindful of how your throat is. Make sure it's soft. Release. Slide the hands back so that they are almost in the position like a sphinx pose. Bring the shoulders back and away. Ripple back. Create a little wave. Inhale, lift up, exhale. Gentle leading with the chin. Don't overdo it. Just a little roll up. Feel like you're mimicking the motion of a gentle wave on a beautiful beach. We ripple up, and then we let go and ground and settle. And just ripple it up. Feel like you're creating space gently through the spine. Exhale, let it go. And when I bring it up last time, I'm going to walk my hands as wide as the mat. If I feel like I need a little more space, I can walk off the mat and I roll. So my ear comes to the side. I can make it as high or as low as is comfortable for me. It's a gentle moving from side to side, like a gentle push-up. Feel the strength of lifting you up, bringing the breath back and down. Inhale on the lift. Exhale when you release to the right and to the left. Feel that sensation of strength and flexibility. Last one. Inhale, one more on each side. Doesn't matter which side you're on. Breathe. And then come to neutral. Pause, rock the shoulders a little bit. So feel this roll. Roll the left shoulder to the right hand and the right shoulder to the left hand. And feel that flexibility through the diagonal part of the body. Come back up onto your hands and knees. We're going right into our dog and cat. So we tuck the toes. We find this position where we're strong and balanced. We inhale, we lift, and we look up. Exhale, release the feet and curl and tuck the spine up, in and up, and the belly moves as it tucks up into the spine. And I make it the expression of the pose that works for me today. I breathe. In and out, breathe. Last one. Come to neutral, tuck the toes, stir the pot. Just kind of roll it around. If you feel you want a variation, you can always go right into a figure 8. But you pick where it is that you are and what works best for you and your body and your breath and your flexibility. And then you roll the other way when you're ready. Try to do at least 3, but feel free to do more. And then pause, and one more time, we're settling right back down into any variation of a child's pose that's comfortable for you. So maybe you want to hold your forehead. Maybe you want to teepee your arms. It doesn't matter, you pick the version that works best for you, and you breathe. And then take a breath, and on this inhale, lift yourself gently like a feather moving in and on a breeze, and we just come right off of our legs. And just swing your legs to one side and let your legs extend. Flex your feet, and now just begin to rock a little bit. Keep the knees soft, rock out. See if you can create the sense of leveling out through the sitting bones. Pause for a minute. Measure your legs. See if they're the same length. Nice flexion here. Feel where you're making contact with the mat. Inhale. I'm twisting to one side. My chin is soft. Breathe. And then I try the opposite side. And I notice if one side feels the same or different, and I switch to the opposite side. Open your legs so you have space as wide as a block. Perfect. And then opposite side. And last one on each side, really twisting out here. Last. Good. Slide that right leg up. So try to bring the heel in line with the buttocks, because you want to avoid this. You want the foot, heel, knee, ankle. I hold the shin. I lift up. I sink down. My other foot is flexed. I release the knee. And I feel so comfortable that I could sit here for 20 minutes. You're not going to sit here for 20 minutes. Just breathe. I'm going to hold my right hand, so I'm on my right knee, mid-shin. Left hand comes out straight from the hip, and I'm going to use my heel of the extended leg and the foot as an anchor, and I roll. And I come back. And I roll it up, and I bring it back. And I roll it up, and I bring it back. Last one, roll it up, and bring it back. Good. Let the leg roll out to the side. Now, if you needed to, you could always put a block or a prop underneath your leg. As you breathe right here, use your weight. Ground down, sit up. So we ground with one hand and we receive with the other. And I ask myself, what is it that I need to receive? And I invite myself to just gather it in, to rest right at the heart. And as I breathe in and I breathe out right here, I focus on the sense of my own ability to support myself. And then release that. Slide the foot right down the length of the leg and see if it's just a little longer. And then the opposite side, you hug it in. Take a breath. Sink the shoulders down. So if you can move your torso into the thigh and you feel the inhale and the exhale against the thigh, you get your own little massage of your internal organs. Float your shoulders down. Breathe. Flex the foot. Breathe. Left hand holds the shin. Right hand comes straight out from the hip. And I want to feel like I'm going to float gently and create a little twist, a little lift, and a little release. And I breathe. Couple more. And I notice one side may not feel the same. Please be mindful of knee or hip replacements or surgeries or injuries. You make it less. The minute you go into pain, there is no gain. So I roll the leg out. I rest the hand. I sit up nice and tall. I want to feel the sensation of balance. Then I ask myself, do I need to receive more of what I asked for last time, or do I need something different? No judgment. And then I bring it in. So my elbow is just resting, if that's comfortable for me, on my inner thigh. And I breathe. And I give myself an opportunity to settle. And then when I'm ready, I release that, slide the legs straight down, and hopefully they're the same length. Inhale, lift up nice and tall, float the arms so that they're parallel. I'm going to widen my legs a little bit, and I gently soften the knees and I stretch. And I want to feel like I'm just floating toward my feet without an effort. Now watch this, it's not this. You want to keep the shoulders down. Lift up through the middle, float so you get a nice stretch through the lower back. Work less. Feel like you're just going to, without an effort, reach your toes. Last one. Slide your hands down to whatever comfortably touches. Hands on feet, ankles, shins, knees, whatever. And you breathe. Bring your legs up. I'm going to hold right behind. My heels are going to support me. Toes are up. Shoulders are down. And I just rock. So this is a little bit of a variation of boat pose. So it's that sensation of being in like a rowboat where you're smack in the center of the boat. You're rocking gently from side to side. And you're not tipping out. And you breathe. Come to neutral, see how you feel. Shoulders down. Soften center of the forehead, throat, center of the body. Because you want to move forward as much as you can and lift one foot and feel like it's effortless. Shoulders are down and back. And then you release. And then opposite leg. Feeling that sensation of balance. Do it again, right side. See if you can feel like the knees are not splitting out, that you have a nice connection to the middle line of the body. Now, if you're comfortable, you stay right here, you do your variation, or you can really sink yourself down, soften your eyes, lift both legs. Breathe. And then you release. Hold the sides below the knees and just rock in your rocking butterfly. Slowly and gently, just moving from side to side, maintaining that sensation of balance in a boat. Good, release the legs, hands behind the back, squeeze the shoulders gently down and away from the ears. Lift the heart. Now, oftentimes in a yoga practice, you'll see this. You don't want to overextend. You want to invite what the heart needs. So you settle and you ground down. You ground your hands, your feet are receiving, because don't forget, you spend all of your life on your feet. And you lift, head is neutral, and you soften the knees, and you invite the heart to receive what it needs, to heal, to forgive, to let go, to soften. So when we hold a lot of stress, tension, fear, worry, anxiety, we have no place for abundance, peace, happiness, and joy. They cannot live in the same space. And so we invite the body to create a space that will help you, heal you, support you, create balance. Now I'm going to walk myself forward, and I'm going to use this to transition myself onto my back body. So as I roll myself down, and I breathe right here, bring the knees up into the chest. I hold below the knees. As I hold below the knees, I just rock gently. As I rock gently from side to side, and I breathe, I massage out the back. I notice how it feels from hips to shoulders. I soften the feet. I wiggle the toes. I point and flex. I pedal. I release anything that's tight. Now, releasing through the legs gives me the benefit of an inversion. So I just bend at the knees. I come right up into a happy baby. And as I rock gently here, I have gravity pressing down upon me. So be mindful of how the throat feels. See if you can sink the shoulders down in a way so they are away from your ears. Breathe. Good. Pause. Stretch the legs nice and straight without locking the knees. See if you can move the legs a little bit forward and back. And forward and back. You can point your toes, you can flex your feet, you can keep them neutral. And just this is going to give you a little bit of a stretch through that lumbar, the curve of the spine. Pause, bend the knees, rock again. So we never want to push into a space that creates pain. We want to invite the body to find the space where it can land, shift, create a different sense of connection and alignment. Pause, hug that right leg in, just like we did when we were on the floor. Feet are flexed, and then I switch, and I go to the other side. And now this time I do it again, but point the toes. And I switch. And I do that again. So I'm going to flex both feet and then switch and then point the toes and switch and come back up into my happy baby. And I want to notice if that little stretch created a difference for me. Good. Bring your feet to the floor. Heels are on the mat, toes are off, arms are out, letter T. So look to the right and look to the left. Make sure your shoulders and your hands are in alignment. And we do little windshield wipers. I start small. I massage across the base of the sacral spine. And as I rock right here, I notice if I get any little twinges, if I get little pops, if I get a little release. I'm going to roll my legs to the right. I'm going to look to the left. My left hip lifts. I roll my chin toward my shoulder as much as I can. And then I come back, head and knees to neutral. And then I roll the other way. Take your time. And come back and forth. We'll do a couple of sets of these. So we roll to the right, head rolls to the left. Come back to center. And opposite side, we'll do one more set. And notice the connection between the hips, the neck, and the shoulders. And one more on the wherever you are. Good. Come back to neutral, just rock again and see how that feels. Small little rocking motion. Good, I'm going to walk, so I just heel toe my feet to parallel. I'm going to bring my hands. So my elbows are going to stay out. My fingertips are going to rest right on the rib edges. And as I press my feet into the mat, I lift up into my gentle bridge. And I breathe right here. I don't go too high. I want to invite the body to soften that line across the shoulder blades. I want to feel that connection to the inhale and to the exhale. When I'm ready, I can lift a little higher without creating any constriction in the throat. Feel that nice balance through the hips. Take a breath, inhale. And then on the exhale, you roll from the shoulders, releasing the vertebra one at a time, making it a slow float back to the mat. And when the whole spine lands on the mat, don't move. Just stay there and let the spine feel what it feels and where it needs to be for its own sense of alignment. Good. Take a breath. We're going to inhale, bring it up again. When you bring it up again, notice whether it feels the same or maybe you feel like you have a little more space to lift. See if you can release the shoulders down and away from the ears. Lift a little higher if that's comfortable for you. And then on the next inhale, big inhale, exhaling through the nose, rolling one vertebra at a time from the shoulders, letting the whole spine reset. And when you land, notice how it feels. Maybe it feels different. And I want to pause. Now I'm going to rock the legs a little. Small movement. I'm not lifting the hips. I'm just shifting the weight right and left. And then I pause at neutral. Slide the hands underneath the head without pulling the neck. Elbows out. Lift. And just see if you can release a little more through that thoracic spine, the upper back. I'm not pulling on the neck. I'm just sliding, gliding. And then I pause. And rock the legs again with my arms right where they are. I want to feel that connection. As the hips move, what do I notice in the shoulders? And then I keep the legs still and bring the hands back up to the sky, clasp the hands, keep the shoulders low, and now just rock the space between the shoulder blades. Small and steady. Releasing whatever you're holding across that back body. Good. Float the arms out. Feel like you're a Gumby, that you're just stretching your arms out as far as they can go. Bring that left arm up to the sky. Sink the shoulder down. Now I'm going to use this arm to create a little roll. So I'm going to press into the left foot, roll that left hip up and parallel straight over to the opposite hand. And then lift it up and float it back. And as I do that, I want to feel where I am now in space. Bring the right arm up. Sink the shoulder down. I press into the standing foot and I roll to the opposite side. Arm is parallel. Be mindful if you have any shoulder injuries and it's not comfortable. Roll it back. See if you feel like you have a wider amount of space between the shoulder blades. Bring the knees, keep the hands here, but now float the palms down. Keep the knees in, flex the feet, and just a little rocking here. Small, gentle, tiny rocking. If it's uncomfortable to keep the palms down, roll the palms up. If you're comfortable here, you can roll. Legs to the right, head to the left. I'm not going far, because I can't lift my hands off the mat. I don't want to reach the shoulders high, so I just stretch diagonally, creating a little twist with the momentum of the shifting. Last one on each side. Take a breath. And then come back to neutral. Bring your feet to the floor. Bring your knees into your chest and just rock. And see how that feels. We're going to go right into our rocking pigeon. So I'm going to let my left foot land, right leg crosses over. My right hand is going to rest right in the mid part of the thigh. Left hand can rest at the ribs, or the arm can come out straight out from the shoulder. And now I rock here. Release any tension in the jaw. Make sure that the ankle is off the thigh, so you're not putting any pressure on any joint. And we just rock right here. Pause, and now just pulse. So I gently release the leg and create this little movement through the hip. So I invite the thigh to move like it's opening and closing like a book, and I release right through that hip socket. I pause, and then I rock again, and I see how that feels. Remember, you modify, you create a variation that works best for you. My chin is staying in neutral. I'm not rolling my head from side to side. And then I release that leg and shake it out. Shake, 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 shake. And then release the leg and notice how it feels. So I can feel the difference right to left. I take the opposite side, I cross it over. I can bring my hands to my ribs. I can bring my arms out to the letter T. I can rotate my palms down. You pick what you want. Make sure the jaw is soft. There's no touching of the teeth, and you swallow gently, releasing anything in the throat. Pause. Take the left hand, press it right on the thigh. See if you can open up the thigh. Hand rests either at the hip, on the ribs, or it can stay out to the side. And hinge. So I open and close, just like the back part of a book. Open and close and hinge the hip. Taking my time, keeping my chin in line with the sternum, keeping the breath moving, keeping the ears, the eyes, the jaw, the back of the throat soft. Good, and then I just rock again. Hands straight out, letter T, or hands on the ribs, whatever works most comfortably for you. And you rock it out. Notice if your shoulders have crept up to your ears. See if you can invite them to move down and away. Release the leg and shake it out. Shake, 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 shake. Bring your feet to the floor, heels in, toes out, rock. Make it as big or as small as you want it to be. So I'm going to roll my legs as far to the right and as far to the left as I can without lifting the shoulders from the mat. Good. Slide the soles of the feet together. And now I'm going to bring my hands underneath my head, so I'm mirroring that diamond shape. And I'm supporting the back of my head. The thumbs are coming to the base of the skull. I can do a little massage with my fingers right here, right at the base of the skull as I rock my legs gently from side to side. Keep the shoulders on the floor. Feel that connection diagonally, hips to shoulders, left hip, right shoulder, and vice versa. And then pause, slide the arms and the legs long, go into your full body stretch. Take a big breath and a big yawn, stretch it out. Oh. Good. Now we're going to roll over. I'm going to go onto my right side. You can pick whatever you want because we're going to sit up before we land. So I'm just going to roll over onto my side body, give myself a minute because I've been on my back now for a while. So I want to give myself an opportunity to transition. And before I sit up, I ask myself, how do I feel now? How do I feel different now? And then when I'm ready is when I just roll myself gently up. Take your time. Let your head come up last. Now you choose how you want to sit. If you have a block and you choose to sit on the block, if you want to sit cross-legged, If you want to sit with your legs extended, if you want to sit with your feet together, it doesn't really matter. It's what's most comfortable for you. When you sit up, you want to feel like you're a three-dimensional triangle. So the base of your triangle is nice and strong. You inhale and you lift up, and then you exhale, curl the spine and tuck it back. Inhale, lift up, and curl and tuck. See if you can feel like you're just moving into this internal space, and tuck it. Slowly and gently. Come to neutral. Now twist to one side. And ring out opposite side. And back and forth. So we're continuing to activate the 6 directions of the spine. One more on each side. Forward, back, side to side, and diagonally. Come to neutral. I want to rotate my shoulders. I'm going to bring my hands right on either side of the knee, and I just come down as low as I can go, and I stretch right here. Breathe. Inhale, lift. 2 more, and bring it down. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Walk yourself up, come to the opposite side. Rotate, feel how you feel. So this side for me is a little tighter. I don't judge. I just say to myself, okay, what do I need to release so I can soften? Could be the knee, the hip, the waistband, the back of the ribs. Take a breath. One more here. And then come to neutral. Any amount forward as you breathe right here. Just gently forward and up and down. Just small. Take your time. Now notice which leg. If you're sitting cross-legged, notice which leg is in the front, because this is going to be your side that you favor. When you switch your leg, life will change, because this is not my favorite side. And I settle it. Now, I started on the right side because my leg was on the right, but you can stay there or you can switch. This is not my favorite side. I notice, ooh, a little bit tight, and I just invite the body to feel the balance of opposites. Inhale, 3 on each side. 2, 3. Do not push it into any spot that's not comfortable. And if it doesn't work for you, you don't do it. And then you go to the opposite side. And I notice, ooh, not so bad. Give yourself some feedback. One more. And right to center. This is a lot of work for the knees and the hips. So if you have issues and it doesn't work for you, then you don't do it. And then you release that, pause. Release your legs, give your legs a break. So if you're on a block, you may want to come right off and stretch your legs, massage your knees. Go front, back, and sides of the knees. It's a lot of work for the joints. And then little circles at the hips. And back, lower back. And then just massage the length of the legs. So we want to honor the fact that our legs carry us through life. And then opposite sides, outside, like up the sides of your pant seam. And then inside. Good. Bring your feet up, massage right at the back of the knees. So we move out some lymphatic fluids here. And then comb your fingers, create like a little comb, and do the back of the hamstrings and see how they feel. Tendency toward tight hamstrings is not uncommon. And now I want to come up and down the sides, so I really activate through the calves. And other side when you're ready. And bring the soles of the feet together and just rock. Release your legs to anywhere that's comfortable for you. And now, I'm going to change my position because I'm more comfortable sitting cross-legged, but you don't have to. When you sit however it is that you're comfortable, we're going to do a little mudra for releasing the breath. Now, I know it's hard because I'm on the screen here, but you're going to take your middle finger and your ring finger and you're going to bend it down, just like you're making. Isn't this the love sign? So you what? Yeah? Press the knuckles, so the middle of the knuckles, ring, finger, and middle finger, and then I touch the pinky, the index, and the thumb, and they come down. So when you hold it up, it almost looks like you're holding a heart here. This is a mudra for releasing the breath, and I bring it right to the center of the chest. I relax it down. And as I breathe in and out, I notice when I feel a shift in the breath. So each of the elements of the earth are found in the hand. They're found in the body. The thumb is fire, and the index finger is air. So we connect the fire of our intention with the air of the breath. So our breath moves and stretches and lengthens. The middle finger is space, the ring finger is earth. So we create space on the earth, space within our own selves, to find where it is we need to breathe as we shift the breath. And then the pinky finger is all about letting go. It connects to water. That washing away, that cleansing, that sensation of letting go so we can refresh and renew and hydrate. And then release that hand, left hand to the heart, right hand to the belly. And just notice, do you feel a difference in the breath since you started? Are you calmer, more relaxed? Do you feel warmer? Have you noticed different sensations? And then say to yourself, today I notice, I observe, I feel, and fill in the blank, but only fill it in with things that will support you, nourish you, allow you to flourish. And as you breathe in and you breathe out, say to yourself, I am, and as you inhale, feeling that breath come right straight through the center, and you settle and you're home. So inhale, I am. Home. Home to my true self. Home to where I am supposed to be. Who I am supposed to be. And I breathe in and I breathe out. And I celebrate the breath. And now, would transition. So however it is you want to be, you want to stay seated, you want to recline, go right back into any position that's comfortable for you for your Shavasana. Take your time to transition so that you're comfortably connected to the mat. You want to lie down, you want to put a blanket on, you want to put a jacket on. Your legs can be extended, your knees can be up. If it's uncomfortable for you to be on your back body, then roll to your side. And as you rest right here, pay attention. Pay attention to how you feel different. Pay attention to the places that you created a shift. Notice maybe your mind is not as busy. Your breath is deeper. Your body feels lighter. You feel almost, perhaps, on the verge of a little sleep. So just let yourself rest in this suspended place between sleeping and awake. In yoga, we call that yoga nidra or yoga nidra. It's that place where we let go and we just hover in a place of total relaxation. I feel the support of the earth, but I feel the surrounding air, the air above me. I feel the warmth of my body, I feel the lightness of my spirit. I feel calm and relaxed in the center of my being. My mind is calm and reflective. So when my mind is calm and I can reflect, I ask myself, how am I now? How am I different? How have I grown just by a practice of yoga? Where do I feel more at ease? Where do I feel more connected and balanced? And add to yourself, for yourself, your own questions, your own observations. As you breathe in and you breathe out right here, ask yourself to think a new thought. To think a thought you haven't thought today. And as you breathe in and you breathe out right here, say to yourself as you inhale, I am, and you exhale, enough. I am enough, just as I am. I have nowhere to go at this moment. I have nothing else to do but to breathe. And as you breathe in and you breathe out right here, just for a short moment in the silence, just listen. Listen to your own self, your own breath. And when the sounds are softer, you have to tune in a little more clearly. So listen to the little things. And as you breathe in and you breathe out, you take a big breath right here. Go into your full body stretch. And when you go into your full body stretch, feel like you're just a rubber band and you're just stretching yourself into spaces you didn't know you had. And you stretch it out and you take a breath and you take a yawn, take a sigh. And then when you're ready, bring your knees into your chest and just rock out a little bit from side to side and take your time. And then as you move, lift your feet up, your hands up to the sky and shake it out. So you reawaken the body. You bring yourself back so that you can get yourself into your car and drive with awareness, please. And then go into another full body stretch. Take a big yawn, stretch it all out. And then when you're ready, you roll to whatever side calls to you, and you bring yourself back up into a comfortable seated position. Take your time. And then as we sit in whatever is a comfortable seated position, again, visualize yourself as a strong, balanced triangle with tons of space to create a lift up out of your thoughts. And then we stir the pot. And we move around and we take all the parts and we put them together like a recipe that creates something new. And when you're ready, if you do at least 3, you feel need to do more, feel free, you go the other way. Nothing can knock you down. You just move yourself into a new space. And then when you come back to neutral, you lift your hands and you say to yourself, I am a magnet. So that whatever else you need, as you sweep your hands, you create this intention that whatever is good and healing and nourishing, creative, moving into opportunity and possibility and pure potentiality will just come to you without an effort. And you sweep and you gather more because there's more than enough to go around. And when you bring your palms together to create a seal, in Namaste hands or Anjali Mudra, you bring your hands down and you celebrate the life that is yours, the light that is yours. Because whoever you are is who you are meant to be, and that is enough. Namaste. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. Please make sure you drink plenty of water, hydrate yourself, eat some lunch, have a little protein, take a walk, and I'll see you next time. You're welcome. Thank you.